Welcome to the PlapCast.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the PlapCast. I am Amanda. I'm joined with my other host, Brewy.
Hi.
And Maravane.
Hi.
Today we are going behind the scenes with Vel's library on Quinn. Vel, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, of course. So, could you tell us a little about yourself and how you got into voice acting on Quinn?
Yeah, absolutely. So I started doing amateur VA work almost 4 years ago now on
Wow.
GWA, which is
Mm.
probably a familiar place for a lot of people who might be listening. If it's not, you should check it out. Definitely different than when I started it,
Mm.
but still a wonderful place. A lot of wonderful new folks in there.
Mm.
Decided to take things a little bit more seriously about 6 months after starting on GWA. Kind of got a good, I would say, following, maybe a very different type of following than I have now, but just a lot of people who are very supportive, and then slowly turned it into a full time. It's been a really fun ride.
That is awesome. You're a full-time VA? That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
How
Oh,
long
yes.
did that take? Like from you starting on Reddit to whenever you started your business?
It was up and down for sure, and I think I could have maybe done things differently, but
Mm.
about a year to maybe a year and a half.
Okay. Wow,
I
that
was
was fast.
very nervous to
Yeah.
send things. I probably could have about 7 or 8 months after, but when you have bills to pay,
Yeah.
it's a very terrifying proposition. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
get
gave it
it.
a little extra time. Let it cook a
Yeah.
little longer.
No, that's really cool that you did that in less than a year. That's awesome. So you're on what platforms are you on? You're on Quinn, and then you also have your own Patreon, right?
Yes, I'm on Quinn, Patreon, and Reddit. On Reddit, I primarily post to GWA DSP and the occasional GWA gay post as well. But these days, it's mostly Patreon while I take care of some life stuff. Quinn
Yeah.
still as much as I can, but
Yeah.
my patrons are always the priority.
Like, how did you discover Quinn?
So I've wanted to do porn or porn adjacent work for a very long time, but it's obviously difficult. And it is something that takes a lot of effort and it's very risky. You kind of have to full send it if you want to get into the conventional space, and it just never really lined up for me.
Mm.
I had been a fan of GWA for a number of years, just to say the least.
Mm.
One day after quitting my nightmarish 70-hour-a-week job, I decided, hey, I've got free time now. Why not contribute to the community that I have enjoyed?
Yeah.
And kind of went from there. Again, got caught up pretty quickly with a very enthusiastic fan base, and that kind of pushed me towards getting out there more and taking things more seriously. Quinn was an extension of that. It was
Gotcha.
very validated, and it was something to give a little bit more authenticity to what I was trying to do. As silly as it sounds, working with Quinn was kind of a verification that what I was doing made sense. It's much easier to go to
Yeah.
someone and say, "Hey, I work with this really wonderful company. They've been listed in all of these articles. There's some validity to what I do," rather than saying, "Oh, I'm a voice actor." And they go, "Oh, and what?" And you go, "Well,
Well,
maybe don't
about
ask
that.
too many questions." So it just gave a lot of validity what I was trying to do. And,
Yeah.
Quinn is still the premier platform for this kind of work if you're looking to actually find a kind of a universal subscription, as I call it. There are so many Patreons and individual VAs and other platforms, and there's audiobooks and so many other things. But, Quinn is the one that's leading it with multiple voices and originals and things like that. So that was the initial draw to Quinn.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So how did you become Vel's library?
Uh, After many, many months of people misspelling it, finally, I think Vel's Library has stuck, which is wonderful. I laugh because I just, for probably 2 years, I was called Vels for a very long time because you can't have an apostrophe on Reddit. Um, I wanted the idea of a library because the initial goal was to do audiobooks. The
Aw.
initial goal was to do writing and kind of get my voice out that way. I
Mm.
figured GWA would be a good bouncing off point for that.
Mm.
I sort of accidentally fell into the whole Patreon thing when what was
Yeah.
supposed to be a demo reel for writers to look at kind of
Mhm.
became my living, which is, there's worse problems to have, but still. Um,
Oh,
uh,
no.
yeah, a very different experience. But yeah,
Yeah.
Bill's Library was meant to get behind the idea of an audiobook, which, I've done a couple audiobooks since then, but not
Oh, really?
not nearly as many as I thought. Yeah, yeah. I've had the chance to voice some characters. One has come out, Poison by Amelia Rose. It is
Oh,
dark.
okay.
It's very dark for folks who are unfamiliar with her work, but she's an incredible author,
Mhm.
prolific, and I was chosen to voice one of the characters in her book.
That
I've
is
done a couple
awesome.
other things that are not out yet, so hopefully they'll
Gotcha.
come out eventually. But
No, that's so
uh,
exciting.
again, small steps.
Yeah. So how is it being an anonymous creator? Are there any challenges with that?
There are a lot of challenges.
Mm.
I think any VA of the size that I've reached that has chosen to be anonymous has faced plenty of challenges in staying anonymous.
Mhm.
I try to be pretty forward with the parts of my life that I can be forward with,
Mhm.
but not everybody respects those boundaries of what I can't
Mm.
be forward with. So it
Yeah.
is a push and pull, I would say. There's times when I have to pull back. I notice some behavior that maybe is pointing in a negative direction, and there's times where I feel a little bit more willing to put myself out there. So
Yeah.
overall, it's
Well,
been fine. You
yeah.
just gotta accept that every now and then you're gonna get, one bad egg out of the bunch.
Mhm. Well, thank you for giving us your time because I know that's kind of anxiety inducing, like talking to people you don't know. So I appreciate it
No,
that
I'm
you're
fine.
trusting us. So that's awesome.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Um, so what kind of equipment or software do you use?
Oh boy. Um, so I primarily record in Reaper these days.
Okay.
There are a lot of good DAWs that a
Fancy.
lot of people use, but I prefer having my own ability to modify my workspace. Things like
Mhm.
Adobe are pretty limited. I don't really
Yeah.
do much video content, so DaVinci doesn't make sense. And Audacity has made massive strides in the past year, but when I quit using Audacity, it was pretty awful. So
Mm.
Reaper was the one that made sense. My microphone is an Austrian Audio C18. It is
Okay.
a really, really wonderful microphone. I recommend it to any VA. It's
Mhm.
definitely not a VA's first microphone. I would point people at some cheaper alternatives, but this microphone is everything I could have ever wanted.
Yeah.
Outside of that,
Sorry, I
I
just
don't
thought
know.
of a children's book of being like a version of like VA's first microphone.
Yeah, yeah. Well, every everyone starts with the same USB microphone that they have when they're interested, and then everyone always goes to a Blue Yeti or a Shure, and then there's usually one
Mhm.
after that. Sometimes there's the Rode
I
NT1A.
started on a Yeti.
Yeah, 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 yeah. And then there's
Uh,
there's the big boy and big girl microphones that come after that that are mostly there for when you're already set up and established. Kind of hard to write off a $1,000 microphone unless you're kind of into it
Right.
already. Yeah,
mhm.
that is the tough part. Even once you're into it, it feels bad when you look at a microphone that works and you're like, "Wow, I'm really gonna replace this with another one that kind of
That
does the
also
same
works.
thing." But,
Right.
Yeah, but better. It does it so much better.
yeah, does it much, much better.
It's crispier.
Yeah.
So, since you've done a little bit of everything in the audio creation process, what would you
Mhm.
say is your favorite?
Recording is my favorite thing that I do by far. The
Mhm.
type of creation that I do is something that I think is pretty unique to me. I don't really work with scripts very often. I
Mhm.
would say probably less than 10% of the work I've done has ever been scripted. That might
Wow.
be actually, that's probably a little low, but I wouldn't go above 20%.
Yeah.
Most of what I do is improv, and I'm able
Wow.
to record very specific scenarios and fantasies and kind of narrow in on exactly what is popular with my community at the time
Mhm.
and record
Mhm.
based on that.
Do you have to make like jot notes for whenever you're about to record, or are you just able to just put your mindset right into it?
I'm generally able to just put my mindset right into it. I sort of
Wow.
imagine the listener as a character that I'm speaking to
Mhm.
and build the fantasy around that. I definitely will have what I call signposts.
Mhm.
So the way to think about it is if you were given instructions to take a hike and go through the woods, you might be given notes like when you get to this big rock, take a left.
Mhm.
you won't necessarily need instructions for the entire way there, but you'll kind of walk towards that place that you know you need to be going.
Yeah.
When I do improv, what I'm generally doing is picking 3 or 4 big moments that I want to hit home on and kind of navigating myself in that direction. Whether that's a line or a kink or a situation or a plot point,
Mm.
I'll try to keep in mind like 4 or 5 moments that I want to work towards, and that's about as much scripting as I do.
Wow.
Sometimes these audios start as just one line that I think is really good that I kind of want to shape an audio around, and sometimes it's just a plot point for a monthly series or things like that. So
That is so cool. Yeah. So, you mentioned wanting to do writing and stuff like that. Have you been able to incorporate that into what you do currently?
I keep them pretty separate. I'm not going to lie.
Oh,
I
gotcha.
consider writing a very different exercise for me because I tend to write conventional, I guess, romantasy at its
Mhm.
core.
Mhm.
So it's so different from the script style of writing that although I am writing on the side just for my own purposes, I
Mhm.
wouldn't say it has a lot of overlap with what I regularly do.
Mhm.
Yeah. I got you.
I would say I've gotten better at narrative ideation from studying and reading about the writing
Mhm.
process, but I wouldn't say it has affected my, improv process in that way.
Yeah. You should do some narratives. That would be really cool.
It's
That way you
fun.
can
It's
incorporate it.
tough.
Yeah, it is tough.
It
Yeah.
is tough.
I wrote my very first narrative a few weeks ago and I was like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah.
So, it is very different.
The other problem that I've run into is when you fill a narrative that's someone else's, there's oftentimes a lot of pressure to continue filling
Absolutely.
it as time goes on. So
Mhm.
I think working with writers who have finished a book is a much easier process than,
Yeah.
sticking to one narrative. There's standalone ones for sure, but those are fewer and further between than I think a lot of people who
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
passionate about writing really realize. It's the same as we talk about with VAs, where people say, "Oh, there's so many incredibly talented VAs," and that is true. But there's also going to be 500 new VAs, maybe more, well, more than that, easily a year. And we look at the top 5. A lot of times,
Right.
script writing is the same thing, and it can be
Right.
daunting to look for a very particular thing when I'm looking for
Mhm.
scripts.
Yes. That is definitely what I'm going through now because 'cause I'm like, "Hey guys, script? Yes, please."
Yeah, it's
Um,
daunting.
yeah. No, that's really cool though that you're able to keep it separate, keep your hobby separate. Um, so that is actually all of my questions for you. So that brings us to the first round of the game. So you'll be given a leave a message prompt where you get to improv a short
Okay.
message based on what's given. So, your first prompt. You're leaving a message to your date to let them know why you can't make it tonight. If you need me to say action, I can say
No,
action.
no, 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 no. It's okay. I gotta get into
We
the
really
mind
need to
frame
get one of
first.
those, like, clappy things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Hey, babe. Sorry, I know that you were expecting me to be there and not exactly receive a voicemail. Uh, this is gonna sound insane, I know, but, I wanted to support people, so I got stuck behind a pride parade on the way to the date. Thought it might be faster to just run there. I'm currently with just a bunch of really friendly guys who say I should hang out with them instead of be with you. I think they're making a lot of sense right now. But they said that you're welcome to come as well. So maybe we don't do dinner. Maybe you just come here instead. I gotta go though.
That's cute. So
That's
sweet.
that is brought to you by a real life thing that happened to a friend of
Oh,
mine.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so funny. I
based
love that.
on
That's
Yeah.
really
true
cool.
events.
That's
He
adorable.
discovered that he was bi when he got taken to a pride parade and was like, "Wait a minute, everybody's hot." I'm like, "Wait a
Wait a
second.
minute.
Wait a
Uh,
fucking second."
Oh, that's so cute. That's so wholesome too. I love that.
Yeah, he really did.
Wholesome. I'm sorry.
True, true, true.
a
Oh my
wholesome or wholesome?
god. Wholesome, you know?
Depending on depending
Depending on
on
how
could
the
be
night
both.
goes.
Yeah,
Just yes.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Self-discovery can be both.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I guess we could probably do 3 of these actually. Okay, so your next one. You're calling your landlord to explain why there's a pirate ship in your driveway.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I got your notice on the door. Really, we could just do emails. You don't have to keep taping stuff to the door. Bad for the paint, you know. Uh, I understand that you're upset about the giant pirate ship on the driveway. I was under the impression that ghost ships don't count for vehicle allotments. Um, I know it looks real, but you can just phase right through it. It probably seems creepier, but I promise you, it's only going to haunt probably 2 or 3 houses at most. Um, Give me a call back. I don't think this applies to anything else, but if it's really going to be an issue, I could move it probably to the driveway or not the driveway, probably the curb. I don't think anyone else will notice. Always happy to talk.
That was so good.
All of these are just so adorable and wholesome. I'm like, it's a
Why
great
are you
audio
so
idea.
good at this? You should do voice acting.
Yeah, should do improv.
Yeah, improv. Yeah, I can't think of a single improvement.
Well done.
Sorry.
No, that's good.
Yeah, so Maravane, you're fired again. Well, if you want
This
to,
happens
you can
every
take
time.
her job. If you feel so inclined.
Why do you keep offering my job to everybody? Offer your job.
Well, no.
Hosting's a whole other thing.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. So your next one. You're calling your dentist to apologize for biting them, but you had a very good reason for doing it.
Yeah, sure.
Is this also based on a true story?
No. All right. Hey, I want to call and kind of apologize for making things awkward last time I was in. I know you kept saying that I should never do this or that, I should have known better. He kept asking me questions while there was something in my mouth, and I kind of wanted to try to respond. And of course, I know it's a trap. It's of course something dentists do to be funny. Once they gave me the laughing gas, I kind of just didn't have the ability to understand the difference. And he really should have been louder when I started biting him. I didn't even notice for 5 minutes. And it seems like I don't want to say he was into it, but it seems like the first couple ones he was kind of down for it, and it only became a problem after he wanted to finish the operation. But again, that doesn't seem like a me issue. Well, regardless, I hope his hand recovers okay. And should I come in if my teeth hurt? I bit something kind of hard. I don't know if that's related.
Oh my
Full
god.
circle moment. I love that. Oh my goodness. Okay. No, that was very well done. First round is finished. You.
Thank you.
Oh
As
my
fast as I can
goodness.
come up with it off the dome.
I mean,
That
it's
was
so
that was
good.
great. Those were all creative. I loved it.
Do you do improv classes? Because
No, I really don't.
You should start teaching them. Goodness.
right.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, there you go.
So starting out, was it hard to balance a day job and voiceover work?
Yes, to say the least about it. Content creation is a treadmill. When you go to a regular job and you clock out, you clock in, the treadmill starts and it stops every time you do. There's some exceptions. Sometimes bosses expect you to work overtime or you have to, put more effort in on some projects. It's the way life is. But generally speaking, when you're clocked out, you're clocked out. When you're a content creator, the world moves with or without you. It's always progressing. The favorites are changing. Just being a week behind on a post can kind of forever alter your place in the algorithm. It's very easy to say oh, just, find a consistent thing that works for you, do it that way. That's true. You can do that, but rigidity is not something you can lean into when you're a content creator. Trends change so fast. Things can happen where you get sick or your family gets sick. I've experienced a lot of these this year. It's why I've taken a break off of posting for Reddit for a while. Is because it's just always happening.
Mhm.
Right.
When it's your full-time job, it's pretty easy to build a backlog, stay ahead of things, do your research. I'm able to do basically 5 to 6 audios a week right now because it's my full-time job. But when I
Mhm.
was juggling 2 jobs, even though I was l luckily only working about 45 hours a week at my other job, if there were times where I was just too exhausted or if I had to go out of town, I, left the country for a few weeks, um, back, I guess, 2 years ago now, um,
Mhm.
for work. I had to pre-record a ton of things before I left because
Right.
I just had to get ahead. So all of a sudden I was working 90 hours a week so that I could go and then work elsewhere. And then when I came back, there was no pause. I just had to get right back into it again. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of tension there because of the algorithm, because you really can't take a break. I was maybe not lucky, but prepared for that level of grind because of prior jobs. I worked 70 to 90 hours a week most weeks before I took a step back and changed career paths. So the idea of working a lot was luckily something I was kind of used to that I've thankfully pushed back on now, but it definitely takes a long time when you get started. You have to
Mhm.
treat both jobs like they're your full-time job because
Absolutely.
content creation is not something you can really build part-time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Definitely.
For
Oh,
sure.
but props to you for doing it because you made it work, and now you have it full time, which is
Yeah, yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
So
Well,
you did it.
I get DMs from people quite frequently saying like, "Oh, how do I, become a full-time VA? It seems so amazing. It seems so awesome." And I always give the same feedback, which is if your goal getting into this is to go full-time, just don't.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just like get a job at a bank, like
Get a job at a
have
bank.
have hobbies, like be with people you care about. It really
Yeah.
is a complete labor of love that you have to throw yourself into. So hard, and if you don't enjoy the recording process, if you don't like editing and listening to your own voice, if you don't
Mm.
like these things, it's gonna get
Mhm.
really exhausting really fast. So,
Yeah.
Right.
Do you find yourself getting burnt out often?
almost never,
Good.
mostly as a result of previous life exposure and
Mhm.
being pretty aware of where my hard lines are. I
Good.
definitely in this past year have burnt out, but it wasn't because of the workload of being Vel. It was more to do with, again, the algorithm just never stopping.
Yeah.
You
Mm.
know, it's easy to be productive when everything's good.
Mhm.
I had my roof collapse this
Oh
year,
Oh my
um,
Oh
gosh.
my
and it's
god.
really tough to like feel sexy when you've got mosquitoes in your house.
Oh
Um,
Yeah.
no.
yeah,
Oh.
when you've got tarps and it's raining and everything's messed
Yeah.
up and your cats are terrified, it
It's
really makes it
awful.
difficult to, be the braggadocious, interesting, charismatic lead character. It just doesn't come
Mhm.
naturally. So that
Yeah.
Right.
led to some burnout after a while.
Yeah. No,
Um,
but hopefully you were able to take some time to yourself because yeah, I mean, that is
yeah,
so stressful. Oh
yeah,
my gosh. I'm glad everybody is like you and your cats is everybody okay?
yes, yes.
Good. No
Uh,
injuries.
no, 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 just terrified.
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
But my cat Pippin loves smacking at bugs and
It
all
was
sorts of things.
Pippin.
Yes, she
That's
was a
so
stray.
adorable.
I
Oh
adopted her. She
gosh.
was a couple years old when I got her, and I didn't love the name Pippin, but I was good enough. But she responded to her name.
How dare you? That name is beautiful.
She,
That is the name
it
fit
is a
for a
beautiful
queen.
name. But before I
As a
even had a
huge Lord of
chance,
the Rings fan.
Right.
well, she responded
Oh.
to her name from the moment I adopted
Oh.
her. So I was like, well, this is set in stone. I'm not changing anything. If
What
she
a sweet
responds to it.
baby. Oh, you'll have to show us Pippin after we're done. I want to see this kitty.
Yeah, I'll send
Oh,
you pictures.
so cute.
So what's it like running a community, like between your Patreon and like the Discord server? Do you have any
Mm.
advice for anybody thinking of starting their own?
Yeah, I would say moderating a Discord when you are a smaller content creator is pretty straightforward. It's easy to stay in touch with everything.
Mhm.
It's easier to see things.
Mhm.
It's something that is very gratifying. You get feedback and it's a very welcoming environment. The problem is scaling it up can be really exhausting. they joke all the time about when you have kids, one kid is one kid's worth of effort, but two kids is three kids worth of effort, and three kids is six kids worth of effort.
Mhm.
A, a
Oh god.
Discord a Discord community is in many ways the same. Every person that you add doesn't add one person's worth of complications because that one person is now going to interact with 500 people.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when you have 5 people and you add someone new, it adds 5 new relationships. When you have
Yeah.
1,000 people and you add someone new, it adds 1,000 relationships.
Right.
That can be difficult to stay on top of. It can be difficult to manage. I largely stay out of it now because I think it's a little healthier for the community that I'm not as active. It helps
Yeah.
keep the content and the community and the
Absolutely.
server nights and the movies and the
Mhm.
jokes there in the community,
Mhm.
and me kind of just as the unifying presence that brought people together.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, I love
I
that take. That is awesome.
Yeah, it has been an
Yeah.
adjustment for sure, but I also pay my moderators. I pay pretty decently. Obviously, it's, a community-run initiative first and foremost, but it is a lot of work, and
How
I
many
Mhm.
people do you have in the Discord?
just shy of, I think, 1,000.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
Oh
I
wow.
think if I click this, it'll 1,130 actually. It's grown since I last
Oh
checked.
my gosh, Belle. Are
Uh,
you okay?
so it is a lot of people.
Yeah.
Hence the need for moderation and consistency.
Yeah,
And I won't claim that it's
absolutely.
always been moderated perfectly. I mean, I definitely have adapted and evolved with the space as it has grown.
Growing
Mhm.
pains, yeah,
Yeah, it's a different skill set than anything else. So
definitely.
it takes time. My number one bit of advice is just be aware of what you're signing yourself up for and try to imagine setting yourself up for a server that will be as big as you would like it to be.
Mhm.
Because there's definitely things that I could have avoided if I had better systems in place when we were much smaller.
Yeah,
When things are going well and the Patreon's growing and the Discord's growing, the last thing you want to focus on is the negatives, is the downsides, is the bad things that are happening. So be prepared for
right.
success, and success will find you a lot more gently.
Yeah. No, that's really good
Absolutely.
advice. Thank you. Yeah. No, anybody would be happy to hear that because
Yeah,
especially all these poor new VAs that are just like, yeah.
yeah,
Oof.
it's dangerous.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So going in a little bit of a different direction, do you have any silly stories or kind of funny moments that have happened while you were trying to record?
Oh yeah, all the time. Um, my cat Bippin is perpetually bothered if the door is closed.
Oh.
Um,
Oh.
if the door is
Yeah.
closed, she sort of thinks I'm asleep,
Oh.
and then if I start talking for the purposes of recording, she wants to be part of the conversation. She thinks people might be over. She wants to come in my office. Um,
Oh.
so she'll just yell at the door.
What
Oh.
a sweet baby.
So
She
she just
had a
likes to make cameos.
Yes, she had a cold for a little while, and that was a
Oh.
nightmare.
Oh
'Cause she would
no.
just sit outside my door and just sneeze every
Oh.
5 minutes for, like, a week, which made recording extremely difficult, but, she's my
I
baby, so
I really want a VA to make, like, a Patreon for their cat and just have them, like, meowing in the into the microphone.
God.
I think that
I
would be so cute.
I have to keep my dog in the office for the podcast because if he was outside, he would think that I'm either escaping out the window and abandoning him or
Yep,
I have died.
yep,
Um, so either way, he likes to share his opinions.
of course.
Aw,
I,
so sweet.
I have a server channel dedicated to pictures of my cat that I post,
Oh,
and
Aw.
oftentimes photos of her trying to bother me mid-recording have cropped up in there.
So cute. I love that.
just a little
That's
pause
so
under the door is what I'm
Yeah.
imagining.
Oh, not so little, but yeah.
Well, little compared to human
Yes,
size.
yes, yes, yes.
that's so cute. You should
So when you are editing your audios, do you produce your own sound effect sounds or do you source them?
Great question. For things like room tone, open fields, fireplaces, things like that, I'll source them from free resource libraries.
Mm.
Creative Commons licenses are pretty I wouldn't say low quality on average because it's hard to be a complainer when they're free, but not very reliable. However, for things that are just so obviously needed for SFX, they're a pretty good resource. Car driving by,
Yeah.
sounds of a restaurant, these things that are going to be used in a billion different things. There's usually a pretty good free
Right.
resource out there.
Mm.
For SFX in the act, I use a combination of my own SFX and SFX libraries that I've purchased.
Mm.
There are free libraries out there, but they tend to be pretty low quality, and I find that the cost of paid libraries are just so cheap that at the end of the day, it's worth the investment.
Yeah.
Right.
I use Audio Elk for a lot of my toy SFX. They just basically, it's a creator who got every sex toy under the sun and simulated every tempo and pace and speed. And I
Oh
mean,
my
I think
gosh.
I have like 16 different sound files of a magic wand clicking on and off.
Oh my gosh.
So I think in grand total, I paid like $45 for all the toy SFX, all the bed creaks, all the everything under the sun you could want, and I think that was
Wow.
worth it for me.
Yeah.
When it comes to physical contact SFX, those are usually done live. I find them much easier because maybe not easier, but it's easier to get a natural sound from doing them live than it is to try to do it later. Because if I'm going to
Mm.
make the exertion of trying to sound like a spank or anything that requires a physical action,
Mm.
the acting itself is going to sound better if I'm actually doing it. And if I'm actually
Right.
doing it, I may as well provide my own sound effect at the same time. So
Yeah.
there are times for spanking audios where I walk away and my left arm looks like I got hit by a bus, but
Oh
no.
it is what
Oh
it is.
no. And
Mysterious
everyone's
bruises.
asking you, people are
Yeah.
asking you on the street, "Are you okay? Are you
Yeah,
safe
yeah.
at home?"
It is
Is
what it
your cat fighting you?
is. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. Exactly.
It's
But
Pittman.
it's a mix. Yeah, it's a mix of both.
Yeah. I am always like I always love the answer to those questions because Foley art is just so interesting to me. Like
Right.
watching we had this guy Eli on and he makes all of his sound effects live.
Yeah.
He records like he'll go to like buildings and record like elevator sounds and all of these different things and it's so like mesmerizing to me. I think that is so cool. So I love hearing everyone's like different process for
I
either
find the
making or sourcing.
Yeah, I find the Foley process fascinating. I think it's
Mhm.
really impressive. I just think for the volume of content that I create, it's just not something that I can really
Yeah, no, that's fair.
dedicate
Yeah.
myself to.
Not feasible.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
you
you're
don't
yeah.
source independently every single sound? Oh my gosh.
How dare you?
Sorry.
I respect it. Don't get me wrong.
He slaps his arm for us, Marivan. Like, what can we say?
Amanda just likes to find out that the VAs abuse themselves for her entertainment.
Yeah.
That's not
I
true.
did I did bruise my own neck doing a choking sound effect one time, and I
Oh
did
my
have
god.
to I did have to explain that one.
Oh,
Who
I
was
what
I
was
did.
the explanation to people for
Uh,
that?
I just there's a couple people in my real life who know what I do, but for
Okay.
everyone else, I just
my
had to
partner
say
got
like
too freaky.
for everyone else, I just had to say like, I hit something.
Oh, I
And
just ran into a doorknob.
yeah,
Fine.
yeah.
Okay.
Luckily, I'm spared the assumptions of
Oh, yeah,
any sort
well.
of abuse.
I ran neck first into a door.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Oh,
Only so
gosh.
much you can try to hide away.
I mean, I ran face first into a mountain and everyone was like, "Are you okay? Are you safe?" And I'm like, "No, the mountain's fine, guys."
Yeah, the mountain got in your
You
way.
should see the other guy.
Yeah,
I always
exactly,
make
exactly.
jokes because for like for oral sound effects a lot of people use their hands, so I always make jokes. I'm like, you guys
Mhm.
must have the cleanest hands or like the most moisturized hands
Right.
ever. Because you're constantly using like lotion or like something for different sound effects noises, so I'm like, you guys probably have the softest
Soft
hands.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am criminal of that. I actually run into problems sometimes where when I want to do oral SFX, I forgot that I painted my nails that same day at one point, and I was
Oh
like,
no.
I can't
Oh.
do fake oral because I'm just gonna inhale toxic fumes for 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So I had
Or
to
you
like push
accidentally like
recording by a day.
lick. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you
I was like, I gotta wait a day before I do this.
Mm. Oh my gosh. The challenges of voice
Yeah,
acting.
yeah.
Do you
Tough
have any
life.
like favorite kind of Foley to make that maybe isn't abusing
Mm.
yourself?
Just slapping
Yeah,
yourself.
maybe not. I don't think I have a favorite. I think there's a couple that I find funny. Door knock SFX are usually better done fake. It's one of those
Mhm.
things where the human mind does a better job identifying like a fake door knock effect as a real door knock, and if you actually recorded someone knocking on a real door, it wouldn't sound right. Like it
Mm.
would your brain would just go like, "Oh, I don't think that's correct."
Right.
So that's always funny. Sitting here like tapping a piece of plywood to sound effect right. I'm known somewhat in my community for my oral SFX, so that's always funny because people ask me like, "Oh, how do you do it? What's your trick? What do you?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I just put my hands together and go to town. It's really not. I don't have like a Foley effect. I'm just doing what I would do if it was the real situation, but just to my thumbs. I don't know. It's not.
My thumbs.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm just giving my thumbs the business. It's not really like a
Your
trick.
thumb's been having a great time.
Yeah. I'm need a
Oh my
cigarette
gosh.
after.
That's so funny. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate
Of
it.
course.
My last question for you is, what is your favorite audio that you've created?
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Favorite child.
giant catalog.
Right.
Doesn't
Coming
have
up
to be on Quinn, by the way. It could be any platform that you're
coming
on.
up on 700, so give me a second here.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Well, do you have like well, you know, if you can't
700.
narrow it down to a single one from that, maybe a favorite like trope?
I can give you my favorite. No, I'm just kidding.
Amanda, we all know what your
I
favorite is.
I can try to think of a favorite. That's tough. I've done a lot of ones I really like. Generally, the ones that I like the most are some of the scripts that I've filled because it allows me to be a little. How do I put this? I don't think a scripted audio is necessarily always going to be my best work. I think that's not
Yeah.
necessarily true, but I think following a good script lets me put a little more in than I sometimes do when I just improv. So if my best
Mhm.
improv is a 9.5, I think my best script is a 10. Yeah, I don't know. I think probably either one of my script fills that I did of a Talia script. She's a very prolific writer on
Mhm.
GWA. I think
Mhm.
our
Yeah.
account got suspended for
Ugh.
whatever doing,
Ugh, hate
porn
that.
writing. That is what it is. But if I were to name one of my own audios that I've done, I've recently had a particular affinity for an audio called "At Work You're the Boss, at Home You're Mine." It's a very tropey, but I think resonant audio that has to do with just, giving up control. And I think in times where things are less certain, those audios hit a lot harder.
Mm.
And I think I did really well from my own goals on that one. If there's one that I think is probably the most like, what the hell is happening that I've done, I did an audio where I incorporated every single voice that I'd used in an audio up till that point. Just did a shapeshifter audio where I tried to just pitch tone and change as much as I could.
Oh,
my
that's
Um,
so
gosh.
cool.
and it was a
Oh, I
very
need to
fun
listen to
audio.
that. That is so cool.
Very, very, very fun audio. I have
What
some
love
platform
PSP.
is that one on?
Yeah, I
It's
know
on
for research.
it's on Patreon. I think you can find it
Yeah.
if you type in shapeshifter. But yeah, I go between country accents and New York and
That's so
M-sub
cool.
and M-dom and just everything in between for basically every
Man, we should
character
have had
I've
you do
played.
accents. Dang it.
I
It
didn't
is
try. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it is something I enjoy. But I like some of the DSP audios I've done too. I think those have the most absurd concepts of all the audios I do because they touch on some more intense things, but I feel reticent to recommend them because they might be outside of the boundaries for some folks. So yeah, I think the
Yeah.
shapeshifter audio is probably one of the coolest audios I've ever done.
All right. Well, next time we have you on for an interview, we're doing the voices game. So
I can do that.
already planning it now.
Listen, I figured the man would want to have some like lighthearted improv work. Wouldn't have to. Okay, the real
Only
reason
a
is
little bit of extra work just
the
for
real.
you.
Listen, the real reason was because I knew if he read a smutty line, I would probably die. Okay, I would cease to exist. That was
She
the
would have
reason.
floor time, and she
I would
didn't want to
have-
have floor time.
I would have floor time where I just
Floor time's
pass
rough
out.
for a podcast.
You
Wouldn't be the
Amanda
first
has
time,
floor
though.
time. Yeah, Amanda has floor time when she starts to get really far away.
She's on the floor.
Distance from the mic is good. It's funny doing accent work because sometimes I'll like be in a call with people and just writers and be yapping and I'll think like, hey, I've been working on this accent lately. I've just been thinking about like incorporating it or a different pitch or a different like pacing. And sometimes they're like, yeah, it's good. I think we could lean into like we could do this kind of audio, or I think it's good contrast for this. And then sometimes the call goes very quiet and they're like, you should probably lean into that one. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good sign. Yeah.
When there's silence,
Yeah, silence is the best feedback on an idea.
Yeah, that's pretty much how my feedback goes. Like, I just go dead silent. I'm like,
No, she doesn't go silent. There's a bunch of like,
shut up. Okay, I squeak. Okay, I squeak. Leave me alone.
So
This
funny.
isn't the Call Out Manda podcast. Okay.
if I'm already fired, what have I got to lose?
That's true. That's true.
Fire me so
Well,
early.
One of my favorites of yours, though, is Calliope. I absolutely love that one.
Oh yeah, Venus script.
Venus
Absolutely
is
amazing.
incredible. I love her to death. She's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, Venus and I work really well together. One of the things I request a lot of the time with script writers is what I call improv scripts. It's basically
Mhm.
one page that just has like the what I talked about earlier, the milestones, the
Mhm.
Yeah.
the trail markers.
Mhm.
Sometimes for script ideas, I just need those trail markers, and I can make the entire rest of the audio around it.
Mhm.
It's a very foreign concept. I think I'm probably the only VA that really requests stuff like that. But
Axie
she does a great job.
Axie
making
does too.
Oh, that's good to know. I mean, I
Mhm.
don't claim to own the concept. I just know that when I explain it to new writers, sometimes they're like, "What the fuck
What?
are you talking
Yeah.
He's gonna
And I'm like,
he's gonna sue Axie for
Yeah.
copyright infringement now. Thanks,
No.
man.
No, you should
I
collab.
can't-
That'd be great.
I can't do that because when I started making audios, I used his free SFX pack for like a year and a half.
Oh my gosh, when we had him on, I told him about the fact that so many people use it, like to this day,
Yeah.
so many still use that sound effects packs. And he was like, I didn't know anybody used that.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't even know it was useful. And I was like, yes, there are so many people that we've had
Yeah.
that said that they use it. And he's like, wow, that makes me feel really good.
It's buried like
Um,
6 years deep in like a GWA backstage post, but when I got started, that was great.
And then of course the one with Rum was also
Oh
great.
yeah.
10 out of 10. Rum's great.
When I talk about Talia scripts, that was the Two Professors collab with Rum is one that like I mean, both of us saw a ton of new fans from that, which is really awesome.
Yeah, it was insane. No, you guys
Yeah.
fed off of each other like so well, and I wish we could get Rum, but I doubt he will ever answer any of our messages. But
he
he's such
can be
an
a tough
elusive
man to
guy.
get in contact with.
Yeah.
There are quite a few male VAs who are very active and
Mhm.
constantly putting themselves out there and interacting, and then there's a lot of people who are closer to my side of things, where it's like
Yeah.
I send out a smoke signal to Rum like twice a year that's like, hey,
I'm alive.
Yeah. It's good.
I
I have no problem with that type of communication, but it
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
it's
Carrier pigeon.
pretty standard once you reach a certain size. You just have so much going on.
Oh
It's,
yeah.
it's exhausting.
Especially when you're full time, I'm sure. You're just doing so much.
Yeah. When it's a hobby, you like really, you think of everyone as a friend. And then when it's a job, you think of everyone as a coworker. And that's like a
Right.
big shift in mentality that
And I don't like talking to my coworkers, so
Yeah, exactly. Get fired.
right. Every time I talk to them, Amanda fires me.
My bad. You target me. It's not my fault.
But no, Rum's a great guy. Every time we talk, it's a good time. And he's pretty available compared to some actually, which is nice.
Really? Okay. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
if you ever get to talk and you're like, hey, I was just on a pretty cool podcast.
I'll pass it along for sure.
We would love
They've
to
been
have them.
trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Yeah. Similar to the kids, 1 VA is 1 VA's worth of work, 2 VAs is 5 VA's worth
Right.
of work. A single, editing an improv audio that I do might take between 3 and 4 hours, depending on the amount of work, the SFX, doing multiple passes, making sure that the mixing is correct. Doing 2 VAs is
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
You
I could
know,
imagine.
up to 15, 20 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
Just in the editing
Right.
space, not including the fact that it has to be scripted and that we have to get everything lined up, and everyone's so busy.
Yeah.
Gotta get
Right.
along.
Everyone's
could
working on their
imagine.
own projects and
Yep.
Yeah. Well, props to you for doing it because it turned out great.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, actually, speaking of it's fun seeing everyone's different process when you work, because everyone comes in with
Yes.
such different energy with
Right.
how they record, and it's always
Yes.
funny having the raw files and like seeing the differences with everybody,
Mhm.
because I think Rum and I record basically the exact same way, and it's
That's so cool. Yeah.
it's very easy to work with his audio files because they're basically the same as mine. Whereas there's other VAs who they'll do a ton of different takes, which is great,
Mhm.
and it works well, but it's so different than what I do, where it's kind of like
Mhm.
one take all the way
One
through,
shot.
and then I'll retake at the end if I think there's a line that needs to get redone, or
Yeah.
I like to keep my
And-
momentum going, and he's
so no
at least
bloopers.
Yeah.
there's bloopers every now and then for sure. I've gotten a fair amount of my leg from various VAs that I think is always really fun. But lots of yelling at pets and
Yeah.
there's
Oh my
a
gosh.
yeah.
That brings us
Time.
to the second round of the game. Okay. So your next prompt is you're calling to explain to your roommate why there is glitter all over your apartment. And feel free to throw in voices. Just give me a heads up so I could take off my headphones
So she can,
for those
climb onto the floor
Get on the
first.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think. Oh man. I don't think I'll do voices. I mean, I could talk about accent work if you want later, but glitter all over the apartment.
Yeah. You don't have to do voices. That was just
I know, I was just playing. I was
No,
playing.
You're fine. I like doing them. It's fun. Hey man, just wanted to give you a heads up before you left. The floor is gonna look a little different when you come in. It might not. It depends on when you come home. If it's sunset, the floor is gonna look really different. But if you get home at night, it might look the exact same. Hard to say. It's just a little bit of glitter, so don't stress too bad about that. I've gone ahead and taken care of as much of it as I can. It's edible, turns out. So if you want to do your part, get in there. If you'd rather wait, that's fine too. But my only advice, don't lay down. I look like a Christmas tree right now. Anyways, take it easy.
Are you encouraging your roommate to lick the floor?
Right.
Edible.
Yeah. This is taking carpet licking to a whole different level.
You shaved your bush. No.
Oh God, Amanda, no.
Okay. Your next prompt is you're calling tech support because your AI assistant has become unusually attached to you.
Hi. Yeah. Well, the weight doesn't bother me. So I've gone through the guide for a lot of different things. I think the documentation you guys have put out has been wonderful. I've kind of solved most of the problems I need up till now. I did just have a slight problem crop up recently. My AI assistant has started saying that I remind them of my father. That doesn't appear anywhere in the notes, and frankly is deeply offensive. I don't want to say it's causing me significant and monumental mental anguish, but I wouldn't say it's not doing that. It's going to be home soon. I got to go. Please call me back.
I should not have taken a drink right as you said that. I almost died over here.
You're an alien from outer space trying to send a message to your fellow aliens.
Hey, straight to voicemail again, huh? That's crazy. Um, you know, still down here, still, enjoying things. It's great. It's really good down here. I feel like at a certain point, right? Like you do have to pick me up. Like I know you said you'd be my ride, and I was like a couple years late, but I do have to, just I'm the only guy down here. Well, there's lots of guys, there's like a couple billion of them, but like I'm like the one guy, Um, sure, I crashed the spaceship one time. These things happen. It wouldn't be the worst thing if you came to get me. In fact, it would make things a lot easier for me. But is that? No, it's a star. I thought that was you pulling up. Oh, that would have been a good bit. Okay. Yeah, just turn off the sun if you're not going to get me. Yeah, I appreciate it. Okay, I'll leave you.
That kind of made
I
me just
agree.
want to give him a hug.
When you first started, I was like me during floor time, like, hey,
Hey, it's me.
it's me.
Floor again.
I'm down here again.
Yeah. Same person, new floor.
Lots of glitter.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Guys, I
Amanda's
I
actually
look
got
like a
glitter all
disco
over
ball.
her foot.
You could tie me to the ceiling and play some music. There you go.
There's probably an audio like that out somewhere.
I almost spat my water from that one. All right. Cool.
There's an audio for that. That explains the glitter.
Let's do it.
Take it away, Mervyn.
How
Take it
do
away,
you
Beanie.
prepare? No,
Sorry.
she likes to call me that, and I hate it.
It's great.
It's the
It's a
worst.
great nickname.
Anyways, she tries to get everybody to call me Beanie.
She loves being called Beanie, by the way, in case you didn't know that.
It's
If
memorable.
that wasn't obvious.
It's memorable for sure.
I'm sorry. My impulse thought right now was it's veining men, and I hated it. But I had to share it with you guys.
Oh,
I'm so
no.
sorry. I hated that. Back to the questions.
Sounds great.
How do you prepare emotionally to read a script, or I guess improv? Do you have to get into character? Do you have like a routine?
Depends on how I am doing as a person. If I am feeling a little more lively, it generally doesn't take much time at all. The more I'm dealing with, the longer it'll take.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, if I was really exhausted, sometimes to like get into the mental space, I would look at porn for a little while just to like act as a pick me up. It really depends on what I'm trying to do. More or less these days, I'll take 30 minutes, read, write, do something a little more passive that kind of puts me in the mindset of creativity and then go from there. But not like a dedicated, consistent ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's such a niche kind of thing generally to this job, I would assume. It is like, oh man, I've got to record. Let me just watch some porn real quick just to set it up.
Yeah,
Like-
not exactly a standard operating procedure for a lot of
Right.
other people. I had a really great experience with a casting director who was kind of overseeing a recording process.
Mhm.
And it was their first time ever sitting in on NSFW recording. So I would
Mhm.
be doing these really long takes, these really intense scenes, and then be like, "Hold on, gotta get a water. Be right back." And like the shock
Just
value of
snap in
just
and
like,
out.
yeah, she was like, "It's insane." Just it's crazy when it's a normal story, but it's even more insane when you're like halfway through an extremely intimate scene, and then it's like, "Oh, gotta get my mail." So you do learn to turn it on and turn it back off. But when I first got started, I generally needed a lot more time. Confidence was a
Mhm.
big factor back then. You record sexier when you feel sexier. So,
Mhm.
sometimes putting on nicer clothes, taking a shower, or, reading something that was a little bit spicier sometimes would help get into that mindset. These days, I don't struggle as much with that, but it's still a process.
So what has been your biggest challenge doing audio erotica?
That's a great question. Keeping up with trends is tough, and marketing is extremely hard for me. I am not by nature a marketer. I am by nature someone who just likes to create. It's what I've always done in all of my spaces, in all of my careers. It is the big thing that unifies. I find myself happy when I'm creating. It just really drives me to do more, to create better. The idea of selling what I do is just so foreign to me. It's not a thing that comes naturally to me. And I think it is emphasized by the fact that I don't promote basically anything I do anywhere. I'm working on it. But it takes time. And
Yeah.
it's the first thing to fall off the wagon when I find myself pressed for time.
Is there anything that you'd like to do more of in your audios?
I'd love to do more audiobook recording. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun. And it's kind of what I thought I would be doing. So I think I just want to do more of it, even if it doesn't make a lot of sense for my hours invested.
Mhm.
The other thing I'd like to do more of is I'd like to do more customs, but I just need to figure out a process or a
Ye-
system
Yeah.
that's more fair, because right now it just isn't. My commission windows close in like 25 seconds. So I just need to find a system that's better. And I haven't had the energy to do that lately. But I love making customs. It's just I
Yeah.
don't want to charge the amount I'm supposed to charge, but then because I don't charge the amount I'm supposed to charge, they sell out so fast, which
Yeah.
isn't fair to anyone either. So
Well, stop being so good. Like,
Yeah,
have
I
you
like that.
considered like being bad
Yeah,
at your job?
it's something I'm working on.
Yeah, like huh. Help me
I
feel a
think
little better.
I
Let me
think
my heart rate come down, Chill.
So, out of all of the characters that you've played, which one do you think feels the most natural for you?
Oh, Natural is the text character that I've played probably since I think like my 5th audio. Maybe it
Wow.
was like my 10th, but I grew up in what many would not call the Deep South, but I would call the Deep South. The Appalachian Mountain Range is its own
Oh,
version
Oh
of
my
the
gosh.
South.
yeah.
So I grew up in that environment in extremely small towns. And the accent that people hear when they hear my country accent is an amalgamation of my native accent and the accent I picked up in Texas living there for just shy of a decade. Um, it really is close to my like natural speaking accent. I have a more mid-Atlantic accent, this one in particular, that just stems from having my country accent trained out of me when I was a teenager because I didn't want to get made fun of anymore. But the Tex accent is basically what I would sound like if I hadn't moved to a bigger city when I was a teenager. Family and alcohol are the 2 things that really pull
Oh
my
my
heartstrings.
gosh. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
But
Yeah.
my family is alcohol, so
Yeah.
Moonshine.
basically, yeah.
Uh,
Um,
what's your family's moonshine recipe? I know y'all have one.
a lot of peach.
Yeah, the apple pie on my side.
Oh my gosh, yeah. That's a good one. It's when you get those really old bottles that they've had in the back of the closet for like the last, decade, 2 decades, and you're like, maybe don't eat the apple slice in
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, if it still has form at all.
Right. Um, kind of a more serious question, but as a VA, I'm sure you've had listeners reach out to you, and how do you maintain those boundaries when interacting with them?
It's a great question with a very simple answer. I don't
Don't
interact.
interact.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used
Genius.
to years ago, and then when the
Well, I
Patreon
think with having
started
1,000 people, like
yeah.
it's so
Mm.
Yeah, I basically can't join EVCs or anything like that without just completely disrupting the energy of whatever's going on. It is
Aw.
impossible. I used to answer things on Reddit before I moved to Patreon. I stopped because I got a ton of hate mail. It's
oh,
Oh my
really fun.
gosh. What the
that's
heck?
It
mean.
happens. There's a reason you see a lot of VAs start to shy away from doing script fills, is if you do a
Right.
script fill that another VA also does, you will incur the wrath of their fan base, which is very fun. So I moved to just Patreon, and then I nowadays barely answer anything just because there's so much. There's so much
yeah.
noise,
Yeah.
which feels
Well, I'm
bad to
glad you
say.
answered us to come on here.
Of course. I mean, if I recall, I was maybe a month behind on finding that message, but um,
It's okay. It's okay.
That brings us to the last round of the game.
Your next prompt. You're a spy trying to send a message using code words.
I think I've got one. It'll require some background afterwards, but that's okay. It's for people who have
Wow,
listened to my AMAs
not
before.
If
cool
you
enough.
know, you know.
Yeah, well, it's not exactly a secret.
He used to be a
all right.
spy. Got
Yeah,
it.
exactly. That's the bit. Hi, I'd like to place an order. Yes. I would like to get the number 3. Yes, the omelet. No eggs. No egg. No, I would not like a slice of apple pie. No, I hate apples. That is it. That's all I got on that one.
Thank you.
Sounds
Thank you
good.
so much.
All
Now,
right,
can you
let's try and
explain?
parse out what the message was. Okay,
This is
so
a Vel fact about me is that I eat 2 apples a day, pretty much.
I love that.
isn't that like a VA trick generally?
It is good for the health of your voice, just have citrus, but I grew up very close to apple orchards, and
Oh,
I never grew out of it.
that is so poetic.
Yeah, if I'm ever in danger and I say I don't want an apple, someone should call the cops.
All
You're in
right,
danger.
All right. Oh god, this one. Okay. Your next prompt. You're a vampire trying online dating. I don't like that laugh. That scared me.
Amanda's gonna
No,
crawl onto
no.
the floor now.
I'm just gonna.
This is good. No, this is good.
I'm just gonna be down here. Thank you.
Yeah, so I moved into the neighborhood a few years ago. Wanted to kind of get out there and meet people, and take a bite out of get a feel for new things, and oh wow, yeah, bite out of life. So my hobbies include pickleball. Big into pickleball lately. Any sport you could play inside, really big. I like to stay active where I can. I find myself to be more of an indoor guy. Hate Italian restaurants. If you like Italian food, that is not going to work. As far as photos of me go, I'm actually in all 5 photos that I've put on my profile. I look in person. I guess I don't look better. I would say I look in person. So hope to meet you.
All right. So your last prompt. You are a
Pretend car
pretend
salesman.
car salesman trying to explain what is wrong with the vehicle.
Pretend car salesman. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. I can take this any direction I want.
Yep.
Mhm.
Go for it.
Great.
I'm scared.
No, it's good. I'm so glad you decided to come down on the lot today. I have so many cars to show you. My boss has pulled out every single one of them that he thinks is going to be a great fit for you. Come on, let's go take a tour. What kind of stuff? Now this is this that might not look like it, but this is a classic. We call this the no frills car. We can add, so the frills can be put back on the car, but if you don't want them, we can do no frills. Yeah, so actually the seats are a frill. Wheels also, it comes with 2 of them, and then you can kind of like Flintstones the back, and I mean you might not want to, but we could, again, you want more frills back on, we have frills. But you're not clicking with this one, so we'll go to the next one. Let's just come around the corner here. Yeah. So yes, a boat. The car of the Yeah, that one's not even gonna work on you. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next one. One more. This is my son's small. I got him this is one of those tiny little Jeeps. We're not selling this. No, I know that it's got racing. You'll buy it for $40,000. Yeah, no, for sure, sell it. We'll sell you the car at $40,000.
Sold.
There we go.
Turns out it's just one of those kids' race car beds.
Yeah, exactly. I
I
find
was
those.
thinking one of those like big wheel, like little kid
Yeah, I
Yeah,
find
that's what I
those
was thinking. The
horrifying.
little tykes.
Yeah,
Wait,
like
the little cars or the
yeah.
beds? The
I
race
just
car beds.
the little cars that actually like have speed. It's like if you wanted to introduce your
Oh
kids
yeah.
to like a 2-car pileup, but like at age 7.
The one that they use to run over
at
to
like
the
Yeah,
30 miles an
exactly.
hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine was a tiny little pink Cadillac, and it had a fast mode on it. If you flip the switch,
Oh my
that was hidden underneath the compartment
The
in the trunk.
Yeah, and I bet that was
turbo.
never turned off as soon as you got in it.
Oh, the second I realized that it existed, I would flip that switch. Take off.
Your children don't run away from you fast enough. Put them on
And
wheels.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
also
Do you want no separation?
realized that you can connect the little radio to Bluetooth, so I would just like blast
You
Taylor
forgot
Swift.
that you're okay. You grew up in a different tax bracket. That's all I know.
I
Grew up
found
in a
a
different
big
time
stick
period.
at one
That
point.
too. Yeah. Bluetooth was not a thing. I
Well,
remember
like
getting the original iPod.
iPod. It was an iPod. It wasn't a Bluetooth. It was an iPod. I'm sorry.
When I was a child, it was cassette tape. So
When I was a child, you had to Flintstone the car, okay? That was
Run,
a hole in
Mervyn!
the bottom. As fast as you can move your legs was as fast as that car could
Yep.
go.
I had one of those too.
Yeah.
The Flintstones method
Watch
was
your
tried and
toes.
true.
Oh
I
my
had-
god, yeah.
I had one too. I just upgraded. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't have any of this. I just me and my friends played
got
Don't Get
sticks.
Hit by the Stick. Yeah.
Right, yes. I
Yeah.
also
Kick the can.
my
Oh, no.
sister used to make me eat mud, so
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. We used to play Dodge the Stick until someone didn't, and then that game wasn't that fun anymore.
The game was over.
Yeah.
well, it depends on who was throwing the stick.
Well, you only got to get hit in the shin with like a 20-pound branch one time. You're like,
Right.
we should find something. There's got to be something else we could do.
That brings us to listener questions. So we're just going to
Oh,
go back and
awesome.
forth reading the different ones that we received. Okay.
Sounds great.
So your first one is, "Hey Val, your work is truly remarkable and I love every bit of it. Keep up the good work. My question is, out of all of your audios, which one should be made into a series?"
Oh, that's a great question. I have gone back and forth a lot recently about kind of revisiting some original audios that I did, kind of with a better microphone, better talent, etc. So recently, I've been thinking about some of the scripts that I did a long time ago. Trace the Veins is one of the first audios I ever did. It's like a brother's best friend kind of fall to temptation thing that I did.
Mhm.
That
I
I think I
love
want to.
that the name of that. That's so
Yeah.
yeah.
I think I want to kind of adapt that into a series concept. It was a script fill, so I don't want to take the actual script itself. I don't want to like,
Mhm.
kind of adopt that and pretend that it's mine, especially since the writer has left the space, I believe.
Mm.
I could be wrong. I might be getting them confused, but I've recently wanted to do kind of a series based on like different parts of body worship and things like that through an audio format again. So that's a fun one. The other answer that's a little bit more generic is I did a series kind of dealing with fae and more kind of
Sorry.
outlandish concepts. It got 5 episodes and it is probably my
Is that on
second.
Patreon?
It is on Patreon.
Gosh, dang it!
It is probably my. It's cheating because the threesome series I do every June for the Pride Month / Patreon anniversary is always my most listened series of the year, but it is the second most listened series I've ever done. Something Lost, Something Found has a lot of fans. I think I would probably like to make another series of episodes about it.
I'm just writing the title of that.
It is, believe me, if you end up joining and you jump into the Discord, people will yap at you relentlessly about that series.
I love that. Yeah, be prepared to get a bunch of little cat emojis because I'll
That's
draw your cat so quickly. Oh my gosh. Okay.
What's been the single best upgrade to your recording setup besides replacing / fixing the desk you broke?
Ha! Brutal. You break one desk during an audio.
I want to know the backstory.
I know. Now I'm like, what?
How
I
intense was this recording?
I did a ramble and in the final moments
Oh.
kicked the leg off of my desk.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
And you can hear it in the audio.
Oh my god.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was. Don't think I'll ever live it down. The best upgrade to my recording setup has got to have been my microphone. I worked with the Rode NT1A for a really long time, and I loved it, but I didn't really know what I was missing. I did a lot of research about audio texture and audio quality and different microphones, and ended up with an Austrian Audio. This was about 2.5 years ago. In the past, I would have to do a ton of processing to make my voice sound better. These days, with the Austrian Audio, I basically don't need to change anything. In fact, it's made me a much lazier mixer because sometimes I just forget to trim background noise because the microphone picks up so little background noise that unless I consciously remember to go in and check, I will forget. I don't have to change my registry. I don't have to affect the EQ almost at all. It is by far the best upgrade to my recording setup I've ever done. Worth every penny. It's also been very funny because when I bought my Austrian Audio, they were a newer company. They were still kind of getting their footing. And now when I watch live recordings of bands and I see recording studios, I'm seeing a lot more Austrian Audios out there. They're a new brand by legacy microphone creators, and they're incredible. So crazy how much of an impact it made.
Yeah, that's awesome.
How many different mics have you gone through?
This is my third. So I recorded my first audio on just a really crappy Audio Technica microphone that I just used to play games with friends in Discord. And then I posted at the beginning of December. I had a ton of success, and I really loved the process of creating. Basically, I recorded the audio, and I was like, wow, that was so much fucking fun. It was incredible. I really liked it. It allowed me to kind of channel the energy that I'd had despite not having an outlet in real life. And it was a thrill. But I was like, if I post this and nobody cares, that's fine. I still had fun making it. And then I posted it, and my very first post of my very first audio got like almost 1,000 upvotes.
Wow.
Which the first time a VA posts is always going to be a little artificially inflated, but that was kind of a sign for me to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And probably about 2 weeks later, the Rode NT1A went on sale for a really outrageous sale. And I decided to sell some of my stuff and buy the microphone and see how things go. I kept that one for a very long time.
Yeah. That's so
And then
cool.
finally upgraded when the Austrian Audio went on sale.
So when you upgraded your desk, did you get a stronger desk?
I did not upgrade it. I repaired it.
Oh, okay.
I just fixed the one I have. I'm probably due for a new desk pretty soon as I look at it.
Spit and duct tape.
Yeah. I put it together nice, but it is probably time. I think the plan is probably I'm going to move in the next couple of years. So I've just been doing this thing where I'm like, I'll deal with it when I move. And I kind of been doing that.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to have to move more stuff. And then,
Yeah.
especially if you trust movers with your stuff.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm not going to share more stories. I have so many. Next question. I know at one point you spoke about doing visual content as well as audios. Are you still interested? Also, to Pippin, and thank you for the quality, quantity, and inclusivity and willingness to perform a variety of darker tropes. You may be the hardest working VA that I'm aware of.
It's very flattering, and I will pass along all to Pippin.
Give some extra scritches for me.
Yeah, absolutely. What was the question? I got
Sorry.
caught on
Yeah, there was a lot of.
Yes.
The question is, I know at one point you spoke about doing visual content. Yeah.
Of course. I got distracted by the cat scratches.
Yeah.
visual content is still on the table, certainly. I unfortunately had a bit of a health scare this
Oh no.
past year, so I ended up putting on a little bit of weight just to let my body kind of heal up and re-regulate. But I will be back to a six-pack soon, and hopefully making content. I want to do it, but it is very demanding on time, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to make sure that it still resonates with the audience. So I have a lot of things set up for when things are right again. But I need to make sure they're right again before I jump back into it.
So your next question is, so you've been documenting your gym journey for a while now. What would you say has been the biggest surprise that you found during that process?
Wow. There's a lot.
I'm sure, yeah.
The big takeaway is that body dysmorphia works in all ways. You're never
Yes.
free from it,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to listen to other people about your body more than you listen to yourself, no matter what you're doing in your life, your baseline, what you're trying to accomplish. It's better to listen to others than it is to look in the mirror.
Mm.
Um, a lot of people have this idea in their head that they can sort of just achieve everything with their goals, and that's been a challenge for me, is that a lot of times people in the community are very vocal about their support for, like, oh, he looks so strong, he looks so, you know, big, whatever. And the reality is that I've lost a ton of weight and I've gotten a lot weaker, and I've it's just
Mm-hmm.
par for the course. I used to squat almost 600 pounds. I can't do that anymore. It's just
Holy
not a
shit.
realistic thing because I don't have that kind of. I'm not walking around with that kind of weight anymore. So
Chicken leg day.
yeah, I still work out a lot, but a lot of people see, you know, they see abs, they see bicep veins, they see
Mm-hmm.
things like that, and they assume that I'm just incredibly strong. And the reality is that I am very strong. It's just not the kind of strength that some people think about. I'm not like a Disney villain. I'm just a guy who goes to the gym a lot.
Yeah.
So there's a different lens applied to it from everybody, from people in my personal life to fans to everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Even myself, I look in the mirror. It's just, take a conglomerated view of everyone that sees you and trust them rather than listen to yourself, because
Right.
Yeah.
it's a
I'm
journey
convinced my
mentally.
mirror is warped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
I've been doing this thing where whenever I go to the gym, I post a photo of myself so that I stay accountable to it.
Mhm.
And the girlies have been hyping me up so much, and it makes me cry every time because I'm like, stop it.
So sweet. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I would say a funny story recently that I think is kind of tragic, but also kind of funny. I um, basically started a bulk kind of by recommendation to take care of some of the health stuff I've got going on, and also because
Mhm.
it was time.
Yeah.
And it's been very successful. I've been getting a lot stronger. My muscles have gotten a lot bigger, which is really nice. But the downside is I've lost a lot of the definition that I had. I don't have the
Right.
bicep veins. I don't have like the neck muscles as visibly as I used to.
Mhm.
But as anyone with an iPhone will tell you, the iPhone loves to say, "Hey, here's a photo of you from 1 year ago."
oh my
Oh,
god.
I
Here
hate
you
it.
are here. So sometimes I
I
open my
hate it.
phone first thing in the morning, and they're like, "Hey, you used to be really hot," and I'm like, "Yeah,
Oh,
stop
you used
it.
to be
thanks."
younger. Oh,
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you. Thank you.
exactly. Thanks,
Thank you
iPhone.
reminding me I existed in my 20s. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same as, like, you break up with somebody and your phone's like, "Wow, look at all these happy memories," and you're like,
Oh,
"Yeah."
yeah.
Oh yeah.
What makes you abandon an audio idea, if you do?
Ooh, I rarely abandon an audio idea. If I do, it is usually because there's too much overlap with things that I've done recently. I don't wanna do too many audios about denial or oral
Mhm.
or things like that. I'm usually going to shelf them in that case, and then I have a big file where sometimes when I have a creative block, I open up the forbidden document and I just read sentences that I've written for myself and try to piece them together like a historian. Um, Sometimes my recording headspace just isn't right, and I get partially through an audio, and I'm like, "This just isn't gonna meet my standards." And it
Mhm.
happens every now and then, but it's definitely more rare.
First, tell Pippin I said hello.
Will
I
do.
wanted to ask what you got into voice acting. What got you into voice acting?
Mm.
I know you've already answered this question. If there's anything else you'd like to add, you can.
Yeah, I can add a little. Great question. So I did want to do voice acting for audiobooks, but I can expand a little bit on how I decided to first take the plunge.
Mm-hmm.
I was with a group of friends, and we were all varying degrees of intoxicated under various substances. And
Have you ever considered moaning into a mic, man?
so that kind of happened. So I was telling a story, and a friend of mine that I would say we've known each other on and off for, a decade, but just through loose means, like, oh, they dated this person I know, they dated this person I know, we both show up at the same party, that kind of, connection over the years. I hadn't seen her in a long time. She was incredibly, incredibly under the influence. And at the end of telling a story, she is just looking at me and she goes, "Man, I wish you read the spicy books that I listen to." And she said this as I was thinking about getting into GWA on and off for the past 6 months or so. I'd thought of the name Vel's Library already, but I just hadn't done anything with it. I hadn't taken the plunge. And off of her, again, very intoxicated commentary, I decided to actually give it a shot and see how it would go. And it went pretty well. So
Is this person aware that they have led to?
they have no idea.
Thank
They
you,
have
person.
no clue. I think they're aware that I do not safe for work now,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think they know the impact that they had. I could be wrong, but
I just wanted to say that you're incredibly talented. I'm a newer follower and I've only been listening for a couple of months, but I've completely fallen down the rabbit hole of your library, and honestly, I never want to leave it. That was just that was
Very
just a
sweet.
nice comment.
Very, very sweet. I love reading stuff like that. I try to have content for everybody. It's nice when people dig in and find it for themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what happens when you have a vast library.
Yes. I will also take a second to shout out the the tools that my team made, particularly Talia, writer as well.
Mm.
I have so many audios, it can be very daunting to dip your feet in and scroll forever endlessly. So there is a bot in my Discord channel, and that DMs you when you join the Patreon, if you have your Discord attached to it, that has a complete catalog and search function to find whatever you want. So you can look up by tag, by writer, by concept. You can do pretty much anything to make exploration easier. You can have it pull random audios with different tags that you like, or combinations of tags or characters, writers,
Really cool.
collaborators, things like that. So
That was awesome.
Oh, that's really useful.
yeah,
Yeah,
I knew
that's
that there would
cool.
be too many audios one day, so I took some time to make sure that there was a way to
Mhm.
dig your teeth in if you wanted to.
So, who is your first ever inspiration for voice acting?
That's a great question. I don't think I had a voice actor that I necessarily looked at for inspiration, but I can talk to a couple of the kind of people that I think were kind of leading the scene in that kind of way. For porn, I grew up under the assumption that all porn was for men, basically forever, because I would say 95% of it is for men.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very small kind of fractional world of it that is often its entirely own space. And it wasn't until I found GWA, which is a uniquely shared space in the porn world, that I saw that there were women who engaged with porn. Looking at that community, I think, was one of the first things that taught me that that was a real thing that I could do and emerge with. The idea of creating content for women, I looked to the likes of some visual creators. There's not a lot of male porn creators who aren't complete scumbags. And I think every single one of them has a somewhat checkered history. But I
Right.
think you might need to at times be a little more lenient with these sorts of things, because there's always, as I say, not a lot of porn stars with great home lives. A lot of us end up here because, we have a desire to make people happy. And a lot of that want to make other people happy is because a lot of porn stars are struggling with their own things. It's,
Mm-hmm.
it's externalizing some of the things that they face. So there's degrees to things, but people like Owen Gray and Small Hands making content pretty much exclusively for the female or femme gaze was an eye opener for me. I didn't know that that kind of content existed, and they, are not. They don't shame men who watch their content or anything like that, but their goal certainly was women's pleasure first and foremost. And the idea of creating content that was for women as your primary audience is something that most content creators would tell you is a stupid idea.
Aw.
Because the audience is it's so difficult to stay in that community. So, there's the stigma of so many male porn stars just make porn for men, even if it's for women, it's aimed at the male gaze. But I think GWA is uniquely, and Quinn as well, and other, audio erotica spaces are uniquely centered around women. And that is something that I really kind of resonated with when I wanted to become a VA.
This is actually one of my favorite questions, generally, is what is your favorite thing to do relax when you're feeling burnt out?
Oh, that's great. I am ultra competitive. And in order
I
to
feel
not
that.
be ultra competitive when I'm creating, to not be haunted by the number as it changes every day, I compete in other things. So I play card games, I play sports locally, I participate in community and competition wherever I can find it. I love mahjong, I love trading card games, I'm getting into basketball. There's a lot of things that I
Sounds like you
love
collect a lot
doing.
of hobbies.
I do.
Okay, so your next question is my favorite question, and it's very important.
I love it.
Do you yearn, white boy?
That's good.
Courtesy of Venus.
That's very good. I almost wanted to call it out, but I didn't want to be wrong. It's
She has a
funny.
very specific style.
Yes, she does.
I love Venus.
Oh
I'll take
yeah,
this
she's great.
I'll answer the question a little bit, and then I'll take this opportunity to tell a Venus story.
Yes.
Oh, spill the tea.
So, yes, I do yearn. No, not actively. It's really tough when you're like, yeah, no, I'm just like really into competition and sex work. It's a tough one to pitch at the meeting. But funny Venus story is there was a writer on GWA whose name was Venus something. It was not exactly Living Venus, but it was like Life of Venus, I believe. And when I found out about Venus on Quinn, I had seen that Venus on Quinn had started posting right about when Life of Venus on Reddit had stopped posting. And in my head, I just assumed that this was the same person. I didn't know them very well, but I had filled one of their scripts at one point. And then about 6 months into working with Venus on Quinn, I believe Talia brought it up with her and we were in a call together that, you guys have known each other for so long, yada, yada. And she was like, nope, different Venus. Wrong girl. Not me. And
that is so funny.
I had to have this moment where I was like, no, I definitely filled these scripts of yours before. And she was like, nope, only ever been on Quinn.
me.
And I was like, same style, same energy, same script types, same voice. I mean, it is. I wish I could still pull up the Reddit profile. I think it's gone now, but it was genuinely like, gun to my head, I would have said that's the same person, and I would have been wrong.
No.
No, Venus is awesome.
Any thoughts or interests in making safe for work, comfort, or aftercare audios? Love your content.
That's a great question. There will be more safe for work, hopefully on YouTube by the end of the year. The problem is that the people who like safe for work content like it in addition to their not safe for work content. They like it as an appetizer or something to rest on after listening to an audio. But the people who actually engage with not safe for work content is a very small percentage of the audience. It is difficult to substitute a not safe for work audio for a safe for work audio because there are a lot of people who are on the other side of the spectrum. So let's say 50% of people don't care. They're not bothered by a safe for work audio taking the place of a not safe for work audio. 10% of people would love it if I took one day off and did a safe for work instead of a not safe for work. There is unfortunately 40% of people who would be quite annoyed that they're missing out on their porn for a safe for work audio.
Right.
And as insane as it sounds, there are certain things that I'm better at and worse at. And my brain does not work very well at safe for work as it does not safe for work. So I would need to have people help me write safe for work scripts. Safe for work scripts often involve a lot more editing as well. And we end up in this really kind of unfortunate position where safe for work audios are double the effort. They are going to actively get people upset if I replace audio. So they have to be extra work on top of my normal workload. And then I also just am not very good at them. They require a lot more effort from me. So there is, I hear the demand and I want to meet the demand. And it will happen before the end of the year, I can confidently say. But right now, with so many things going on, I mean, I'm down to just the 3 Patreon audios a week right now. It doesn't make a lot of sense to tack on, an extra 40% of work a week to make a safe for work audio that's not going to have that same kind of reach. And really, as uncomfortable as it sounds, and I know some people hear stuff like this and they think, oh, he thinks of it as a business. He thinks of it as it's just numbers to him. But the flip side of that is
pay the
that
bills.
it's not even that necessarily. Every dollar that I make represents a woman or a man or anyone in between who is made a little happier by the content that I made. And unfortunately, audience success directly correlates to how happy I make people. And every time the number goes up, people are a little bit happier. And every time the number goes down, I've made people a little less happy. So the business insight, although it does relate to money, and money is part of it, the truth is, if I'm replacing not safe for work with safe for work to make a smaller group happy, I'm making a larger group kind of annoyed. And that's something that is difficult for me to grapple with. So safe for work will need to be something I do on top of other things. And I'm working on that. I am.
Have you thought about doing potentially every once in a while throwing in a little bit longer of an audio that has that safe for work build up in the story, and then just adding a timestamp of, if you want to consume this content as safe for work, stop here. If not, keep going.
So that is what is going to happen. Quinn has some pretty strict guidelines on how much safe for work you're allowed to have in an audio before
I hate that they do that.
before it doesn't qualify anymore. Most of my longer form Reddit audios, particularly the monthly series, are between 10 to 20 minutes of safe for work. And then they lead into the not safe for work portion of things. I've taken a particular interest lately, prior to the Texvel threesome series, which are always pretty raunchy. But in April and May, I did really, really long safe for work heavy audios with a lot more plot to them, doing things more kind of X-Files-y with a spicy ending. I think that's the middle ground that I've reached, and those audios will start to see some population over on YouTube, most likely, where it'll just be a cut at 20 minutes and say, hey, if you want to get to the other part of this, you can go over here. That is something that will hit pretty soon. But yeah, on Patreon, I would say I try to make sure that one audio a week has probably 15 to 20 minutes of safe for work. Lately, it's been a little bit less, but again, that's mostly due to personal constraints going on. But the April series in particular, I think, is the best example I could provide of that. It was very X-Files inspired. The first audio doesn't even really get to the sex scene until 25 minutes in.
I like the build up. I like the backstory, and
I like the urine. It's great.
Yeah,
I like
Amanda.
the story.
Right.
I think that's
I
what
like
makes the medium.
to listen to the story, and I like to write the story. That's the best part.
So, do you watch any actual play like Dimensions 20 or Critical Role? If not, what is your favorite game?
I do try. It's a lot of content, so I sometimes fall behind. But I try to watch Dimension 20 when I can. as far as games I play, I don't really play a lot of video games. I know that seems crazy sometimes, but I just have not been able to get into it.
It's almost like being a content creator makes it really hard to consume content.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have one last question for you, and then we will end it there. It's very important.
Okay.
If you could dress Plappy in any outfit you choose,
Oh.
which outfit
Oh,
would
that's
you
awesome.
choose?
Like a firefighter outfit.
I love that.
Big old helmet.
That's so cute. Okay.
Dress
Big
him up as the
jacket.
firefighter pole.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
He's a
Or
stripper.
no,
He's a
even
stripper
worse.
pole.
Even worse, make him the fire extinguisher.
Oh,
I was going to say the fire
no.
hydrant.
Oh, that works too.
No.
How does he
Don't-
put out the fire?
Not my child. No.
My comfort character.
Not my pup.
She
my
does
comfort
have
bean.
a little Plappy that I
I
made for
do.
her. He's got a butt as well.
I do. Yeah. He's double cheeked up. All right. Well, Vel, that is all we have for you today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
This was so much fun. As always, listeners, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, all of the things. And we will see you next time. And I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July. Everybody say bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
It is I, Plappy. I wanted to quickly say thank you so much for listening to us. Please continue to like and comment. It makes me grow a little bigger. See you next time. Cheerio.